Welcome, everyone, to this episode of the Liberty Ventures podcast. My name is Alexander McCobin, founder and CEO of Liberty Ventures, and thrilled to be talking to you from Richard Branson's Necker Island at the First Principle Business Summit. As you can tell, I am a little more dressed down for this occasion in my swimsuits compared to my good friend and guest today, Hideto Nishitani. You are really outshining me here, though. I feel like a little underdressed now.
Well, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I dressed this way because I was so nervous when I should hear.
No reason to be nervous. You know that. But, I've known Hideto for years now, thanks to conscious capitalism. And over that time, I've just been so impressed by who you are as a person, your philosophy of business and investing. And that's what you really focus on. You're an investor, first and foremost, nowadays. But I would love it if you could share your background with everyone, not just what you've done on the business front, but really what led you into investing in the first place and developed your philosophy that really is based on conscious capitalism and business as opposed to good.
Oh, well, I was in the financial service business for nearly 40 years. And I was doing that business at the global financial asset managers. And the evolution of that business was actually very amazing. And it's a very interesting success story of what the entrepreneurship is all about in the financial business. We originally started as a leasing company, leasing fax machine. Maybe nobody knows the name of the machine these days, or those office equipments. And then we have transformed that business into the global asset manager, managing 350 billion assets under management globally. So that's a quite transformation. And all along those years, the company exists as a public company, listed on Tokyo Stock Exchange. And 20 years ago, we decided to list also on the New York Stock Exchange. It's only one of the 10 Tokyo headquartered, listed company, and operating globally. So that's when I started the company, I've enjoyed the company. The employees was 700 employees. Now we're employing 15,000 all over the world in 40 countries. So it's quite a interesting story. With the spirit of the entrepreneurship. During that ride, I was involved in management role in many different countries, England and Ireland and Canada and Japan and the US. And I was managing the US operations since 2006. And our US operation is headquartered in Dallas, Texas. Because of that location, in 2014, I met a gentleman who is deeply involved in the conscious capitalism activities. And then I was saying, "Oh, I met you." Alexander. So, yes, in order to run the business, even in the financial service asset management business, the concept of conscious capitalism is very important. And I had 1,500 employees. How we can have the employees' alignment towards the goal, which is the purpose of the company. And I run my U.S. operation in that way. And so I really am grateful for that, the conscious capitalism, methodology or philosophy. So that's how I got involved in the conscious capitalism here. And here I am today. I'm here.
And thrilled that you are here, Hideto. So when most people think of conscious capitalism, they think about it from the operator's perspective, from management, applying it to business. The investor's lens is a little different, even though it's just as important. And I'm curious, how did you interpret how to apply conscious capitalism through the investor's lens?
Right. I'm quite excited to tell you today that the concept of conscious capitalism, in which we put the purpose at the core, is now prevailing as more the norm of the business concept. Running the business in a healthy way, not only today but also in more sustainable way. And investors are thinking that way. Because, as I told you, I was involved in the managing the publicly traded company's operation. I have to be very cognizant of having the shareholder in my mindset, because every quarter we have to report the financial performance, the care, the EPS, and the stock price, and what costs we have to meet trying to meet the investors' expectations. So to your question, I always had as working for the public company, I always had the stockholders as one of the stakeholders in as an important constituents. But in order to deliver the satisfactory return, you need to get involved all the constituents, all the stakeholders involved. That's what the conscious capitalism is putting in that framework to direct it and respect the road.
So that makes the tremendous sense. And I'm curious, in your time as an investor, have you seen a change in the way that others are investing more towards this approach as well?
I would say in the last 5 years, there has been the gradual but very steady change in a healthy way in the investment community, that the investors should evaluate not only financial performance, which is important, but also how the company is pursuing the purpose, how the companies are dealing with the stakeholders, importantly, how the company is dealing with the employees' human capital. So the financial capital and the human capital and natural capital, which is our mother nature, how to deal with the climate issues, the Main Street institutional investors are evaluating their investment and investment performance, not only the financial performance, which is financial capital, but also human capital elements and natural capital elements as well. And that's, I should say, core mainstream method of evaluating the investment. That's the change I've seen in the last 5 years, particularly as far as the investors' mindset is concerned.
And this is at all levels. You've invested at many levels before, but I know you're doing a lot of venture capital investing these days yourself, right?
Yes, yeah.
And I'm curious, especially since you bring so much experience as an investor and this conscious capitalism background to it, what are some of the key lessons that you've learned over the years that you're applying to how you do diligence on companies when you're evaluating them today?
Yes, that's a great question. When you are going to evaluate the venture business, financial resources-wise, of course, a startup business doesn't have a luxury of robust financial capital, no. And does a startup entrepreneur have robust experience set? No. So that's basically the tough part of the achieving the success as a startup business. Having said that, to your question, because of that scarcity of the resources that a startup business has, what matters is what the purpose of the business. How that startup entrepreneur is going to try to gather all stakeholders' energy to make the business a successful one. As is often the case that you hear the saying that rather than going alone, by going together you can go far. And that's true for the startup entrepreneur's journey. And in order to lead other stakeholders going that journey with you, what the purpose that matters.
So you're talking about the founder being able to articulate the purpose of the business to get all the stakeholders aligned around it to drive the company forward. Is that it?
Yes, putting the purpose at the core. And if I may add more caveat to what you just said, is not only the stakeholders, but also you need to involve the capital provider, shareholders, or loan provider. And also you need to have an alignment with the business partners, vendors, or whoever you need the help to make that business going. And also, based on that, you need to articulate the strategy based on that purpose. After getting the alignment of those constituents, the strategy matters, but the strategy has to be based on that purpose, which is the core part of the strategy. And you need to steer the strategy in the direction that you want to. And it's often the case that as a startup, you are the single sole shareholder of the business. But after you invite the capital partner, the investors, venture capitals, and then you need to align his or our strategy with the stakeholders to achieve the return that they expect. In order to do so successfully, that core part, which is the purpose, matters.
That is such good advice for founders to consider because of their unique position as founders and they're getting their startups off the ground. And so we're curious from a similar perspective, when you're looking at founders and you work with them as a partner with them, as a capital partner, what's some of the most common advice that you find yourself giving to them that you think any founder should really be considering?
Yes, when I say purpose, it's something written on paper. And that's not the purpose I'm talking about. The purpose is the one that resonates deep into the entrepreneur's heart. And whenever, almost every day, startup entrepreneurs meet different challenges almost every day. Well, whenever you hit some wall, you need to go back to your original purpose. If day-to-day implementation of the business or any actions are aligned with that purpose. I'm always talking about the basic things in purpose, but, that is important.
It absolutely is, because so many people overlook the basics. And if you don't have those fundamentals down, you can't get to any of the more advanced concepts.
Yes, and of course, looking at the strategy, of course, business needs to be built based on the environment, business environment, economic environment, or political environment. Of course, I'm not saying that you can do whatever you like so long as your business is based on the purpose. I'm not naively saying that. You need to articulate, you need to revisit your strategy or tactics based on those circumstances, by putting the purpose at the center.
I love that, Hideto. So I always like to wrap up by asking, and to provide context, I think one of the best things people can do if they want to learn a new industry or connect with someone is when they reach out to a person, offer to help them, to give some value first. The key is to give, not just to ask. And I'm curious, if someone reached out to you and offered to help you with something, offered to give you something that would get you excited, what would it be?
Well, yes, you always mentioned that that business relationship of give and take. Yes, I totally agree that that is important. But to me, as far as me as the mentor or investor to help the startup guys making their business fly, what I appreciate is what I want to get is candid conversations. What they want to do, or what problem, or what issues, what the challenges, and how we I can help them to reconfigure the tactics or strategies he or she has, so that they can keep going down the end. That candid conversation is, I appreciate.
I appreciate that, because we've had so many of them, and I think we candid here too. So really, thank you for everything that you're doing and for taking the time to share this with the Liberty Ventures community today.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Appreciate you, Hideto.
Thank you, Alexander.